Yaga V's been poppin'.
Don't get too close, no, it's getting cold. Snow, losing control. Oh, so go, don't waste no more. Hope on someone low like me, there is no hope. Just let me be. I hate it when I'm high and you come inside my mind. Faded all the time, faded all the time. Maybe I am the problem, that's why it's so hard to solve. They know that I'm gonna make it. They show me their love but they fake it. Real no, who the fuck do I know? I've been calling a lost soul. Find me trapped in a dark hole. Help me, cause you know God won't. I hope you know that you fuck with me. You do this shit and it's hurting deep. I hope you know that you fuck with me. You do this shit and it's hurting deep. Whoa, no, don't get too close. No, it's getting cold. Snow, losing control. Oh, so go, don't waste no more. Hope on someone low like me, there is no hope. Just let me be. Just let me be. Just let me be. Just let me be. Never ever better, but this is just what I need. Everywhere I go, everybody look down on me. Always take my chances, I would never go to sleep. I don't wanna close my eyes cause I'm scared of my dreams. I hate to admit it, but I'm just so fucking tired of everyone telling me what I should do in my life. I have my own problems, all these mountains I've climbed, just for stupid reasons, just to keep my fucking pride. I've had enough, I need better things to do than just drugs. I need a love in my life, just the one, or maybe they've gone. But what I've become, I'm not proud of. If I could, baby, I would do it all again. One more try, baby, I'll become a better man. Take my hand, baby, through the depths of hell we'll go. One last time, surely through the worst we'll make it snow. There's a reason why we die, there's a reason why we cry. All these thoughts of suicide, they run my mind. There's a reason why she left, but the worst it isn't yet. Yeah, I'm filled with regrets, just hear me out. Never ever better, but this is just what I need. Everywhere I go, everybody look down on me. Always take my chances, I would never go to sleep. I don't wanna close my eyes cause I'm scared of my dreams. I hate to admit it, but I'm just so fucking tired of everyone telling me what I should do in my life. I have my own problems, all these mountains I've climbed, just for stupid reasons, just to keep my fucking pride. It's been some time since I felt like I'm at home. Stress levels mixed with the drugs and the alcohol. If I can't walk or run, then you know that I'll crawl. If you forgot about me, then you don't know me, no. Cocaine diet, friends telling me I should stop. Mama worry about me, worry about the pills I pop. Rage building in me, I just wanna be on top. Tired of losing, of being the afterthought. There's a reason why we die, there's a reason why we cry. All these thoughts of suicide, they run my mind. There's a reason why she left, but the worst it isn't yet. Yeah, I'm filled with regrets, just hear me out. Never ever better, but this is just what I need. Everywhere I go, everybody look down on me. Always take my chances, I would never go to sleep. I don't wanna close my eyes cause I'm scared of my dreams. I hate to just so fucking tired of everyone telling me what I should do with my life. I have my own problems, all these mountains I've climbed, just for stupid reasons, just to keep my fucking pride. Hate it when I wake up, shawty give me fake love, then I gotta deal with it on my own. Hate it when I act tough, when I'm going through stuff, so nobody knows when.
All right, and welcome everyone to the stream today. I'm your host and play-by-play Johnny Esports. I'm joined today by Wes Rambo. How you doing, my dude?
I'm back.
You're back. Yeah.
I'm back. I'm doing well. It has been a while since I casted Unexpected Victory, or at least I've taken a couple of breaks. But I've casted a lot of Counter-Strike in the last little while, Johnny.
Yeah.
I was doing I did a wingman tournament, which is really cool. But it was a BC tournament, so I was casting until 1:30 a.m. the other night. So I'm all warmed up.
Yeah, you're ready to go for sure. Excuse me. Well, hopefully the boys today for UV1 are ready to go as they're up against the men, I guess, of the old laggy dudes.
I was like, this is what I should name this is what I would name my esports team.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Coming up, man.
Right?
Like,
We're a bunch of
this
boomers
is great.
now. Like
OLD, old laggy dudes.
Old laggy
Ooh.
dudes.
You see Revelite with that shot through the. Maybe Goon set it up for him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna stand here. Can we wallbang this? That's always like a question. Like, hey, I don't know if this is wallbangable. What is stand here so I can see?
Oh, yep, it is. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I guess a bit of news for today. If you all weren't paying attention to the Twitter, of course, Prodigy for personal reasons is stepping down from the team. So Egglet, who of course has subbed in and been a very fine member of the team, is now upgraded to the permanent starting roster. So congratulations to Egglet. This is a nice little upgrade for you. He's every time he's come in, always seemed like he belonged anyway. So they shouldn't miss a step with that.
Yeah, and it seems as if Goon is stepping into more of a present role on the starting lineup as well. We saw a monster performance from Goon on Train last week, so I have no doubt that is going to be a benefit to them as well, or at least is going to continue UV1's strength here. So, old laggy dudes, 6-6 record, looking like a pretty middle of the road team. I think UV1 are likely favored here on Inferno, if this is indeed the map that we're going with.
Yes.
Now, Johnny, it's the time. It's the time to start talking about Unexpected Victory more broadly, I think. What are the narratives we're seeing? How are we getting from point A to point B within these games? What are the strategies they need to improve upon? What are the strategies they need to do in terms of playing to their strengths? And, we'll talk about it over the course of the game, but I think that when Unexpected Victory are willing to get aggressive is when they perform the best. I think we've seen them play against equally matched teams, but if they're getting aggressive, they're successful, and if they're playing a little bit more passive, holding back, I think they tend to lose rounds that they could have won. So that's kind of a broad thing. We can go into more specifics, but I'm interested in kind of talking about UV1 as a whole, since we get a dissertation on them, man. Like we get to see so much of them. So that's going to be something that's cool to follow.
Yeah, it's one of the unique things about basically following a team like this, as opposed to like the Manitoba Esports League that we normally cast, and where we just see so many different teams, and maybe of course you see a team throughout the whole season, but you just cast so many games and so many different people that it blends a little bit together, and maybe like you just remember a few things here and there, but you don't get as much in depth, obviously, as we have been able to with UV1 and be able to kind of like dissect things a lot. And what I also like is that they kind of give us the freedom to speak our mind and be honest and frank on things we think they could do better, or the things they are doing well, and praise those too as well. So yeah, like you're saying, UV1, I think when they have calculated aggression, it obviously works out pretty well for them. There are times where they've gotten just slightly impatient, and then that's where they kind of get themselves in trouble against higher level teams there. So sometimes it's like they'll be peaking somewhere, they'll dry peak somewhere they just shouldn't. right? Like that's
Yep.
that's not real aggression. That's just like
Yep.
impatience, essentially,
Absolutely right.
So when they do stuff like that, that's when they get themselves into a little bit of trouble. But we've seen it a time and time and time. How many times have we seen Revelite come out with a huge clutch because he decided to step up and just make a huge play, and they just have the ability to do that, and it's just about whether they have the confidence in the day to do it.
Yeah, it's a good distinction to make. Aggression doesn't just mean run out every corner and try to take the shots every single time, but it does mean, when I think of aggression in Counter-Strike, I almost think of it more macro aggression, like playing more forward positions, trying to get more map control early on, and trying to, take those calculated risks and coordinate with your team. And I think Unexpected Victory actually do a really good job of that. With a bit of a shakeup in the lineup here, or shaking up the lineup every now and then, might get a little bit more difficult sometimes, and maybe we'll see a bit of growing pains potentially in this match or matches in the future. But in terms of their overall strategy and their goals, I think that's kind of what they should be working towards. I think they have the potential to get there. We don't have quite all the players loaded in though, so
Yeah, we're
still waiting on a couple of the old boys, couple of the UV1 boys as well.
Yeah, definitely. Quick shout out, thank you JPM 2002 for the gifted sub that you gifted out to NAS Gaming 2. Appreciate
Nice.
that, my dude. Appreciate the support comes out for this stream and for everything that kind of goes on here. So thank you very much, and enjoy being a sub. So yeah, and with that continuing forward too is what's going to be nice. I think this roster is kind of stabilized as we kind of head towards that playoff point. And from what people have told me about Open League, basically like 10 wins is pretty much the playoff line.
That's the sweet spot.
Yeah, it's the sweet spot. Like 9 wins can get you there, but 10 wins is usually like 9 wins sometimes doesn't. So 10 should be there, and they're well on their way. Obviously, right now with
got 8,
if
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Right?
8 right now exactly. They're 8-4. Again, favored in this match, but they got 4 matches to go to kind of pick up those 2 more wins. But they just want to try to pick them all up. They had that bit of a slump in the middle of the season where they had 4 losses in a row. But if you look at those score lines, 16-12, 16-19, 22-19, like those are all really close games, and all games they very well could have come out on top of. So they just remain competitive, and now you just got to make sure you beat the teams that you are just supposed to beat.
Yep, playoffs have to be the goal here for UV1, and so keep playing solid. Like you said, just try to incorporate, hopefully what will be a stabilized roster that you can take into playoffs, having gotten a few good matches under your belt, and having run a couple of plays, run a couple of strategies, and made sure that everyone's peaking exactly when they need to. Everyone's throwing the right nades, and everyone's responding to communication exactly the way they need to do. So interesting to see, how UV1 plays Inferno in particular, because Inferno relies a lot on team coordination. There's, in particular on the T side, you've got to get great coordination in terms of timings for peaks, players moving out together, utility usage, everything. It all gets tested on Inferno. That's why it's one of the best maps and arguably the best map. So, a test instantly. Meanwhile, over on the old laggy dudes side, do you see Genius with the no scope all the way across mid? We'd like to see that.
All right. Fun for stuff like that. Genius,
Anyway,
by the way, just looking at kind of
what's up?
previous stats on this team, seems to be maybe the best player on the team, just in terms of KD. Like, obviously, I don't watch every other team. I'm not doing that extensive scouting, but at least in terms of KD, Genius seems to be the one that usually gets a little bit of a head. But they do seem to be a little bit of a sum of the parts kind of team too, where they're mostly even. Genius just kind of like is the one person that occasionally seems to look like they
seems to be the strong, seems to be maybe the fragger,
Mm-hmm.
the fragger of the bunch.
For sure.
Yeah, and I mean, let's say this is more speculation at this point because we got the time, but let's say they are old laggy dudes indeed, and they've got some years under their belt. I've seen those types of teams play. What I really like about very, very experienced, old heads of Counter-Strike, watching them play and who have played competitively a long time, is that they respond so quickly to things that are happening on the map. It's not, they might not have the fastest reaction time. They might not maybe have the craziest mechanical skill, but what they have is such a great sense of the game and such a great sense of like where they need to be and what needs to be happening. So even if the execution isn't right, that game sense can take you a long way. So, you know, like I said, just speculation. Maybe this is a bunch of Zoomers coming out here and just giving themselves this name for kicks. But if they are indeed experienced Counter-Strike, you know, competitive players and have played a lot of open, this types of things, keep an eye on that mini-map, because that is where you're going to see old leggy dudes get the edge if that's the case.
Yeah.
Is those rotations, those quick reactions to macro plays.
It's kind of funny. Obviously, like, just them naming themselves this, maybe just go check what their ages are. At least what they registered their ages are. They registered as like 90 years old and 70 years old. So it's just like, I don't necessarily believe that. That they're that old. One person actually registered as 19, so like maybe one of them's actually 19. But I just thought that was funny that they went to that far on this meme of them being the old leggy dudes, that they are saying that they're that old and stuff. So it's pretty good. They like, I obviously don't know them, but they seem like a fun bunch of goods. But yeah, and it's cool that you mentioned that too. The whole the veterans of Counter-Strike, because like I come from the Winnipeg scene, which was basically long dominated by the same team, and no matter what, like young guys come in and they just like come in and they try to do stuff and like maybe they beat them a couple rounds in a row, but they just so fast and they're so smart that the same people win.
The Ongline, Dizzy, Ian
those
group,
guys.
React,
those guys are just so good, and they've been playing forever, man, longer than me, and
they're playing in the Manitoba Esports coming up as well. Wow, look, this is one of the most ridiculous knife rounds I've ever seen. Just absolute whirling dervish. And old leggy dudes come out ahead. That's one of the first knife rounds, maybe the first knife round I've ever seen. UV1, second knife round they've ever lost.
On this stream, it's the second one they've ever lost on this stream. So we're keeping track. Eventually I'll lose track, let's be real. But
I mean, we always talk about it. So,
because it's just like this statistical anomaly, right? It's just like, it's supposed to be this 50-50 thing that they just randomly won the first 12 of them in a row or whatever.
It is a bit silly. The whole idea of the knife round is a bit silly, isn't it? But that's why, you know, that's why it's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for sure.
OLD win, and they choose to stay. So we're going to have them over on the CT side first. And yeah, UV1 get tested right off the hop with you know, this unique lineup. And T side of Inferno, it tests you as a team. It doesn't test your individual skill, but more so it tests you as a team. And so I'm excited to see what kind of things they look for in terms of banana control, if they've got their nades, you know, all coordinated and set up so that they can get further up the lane there, or if they just go for these, you know, these kind of gnarly mid peaks that we sometimes see.
Yeah, and what's interesting too, that'll be good to see actually, because UV1 have won their coin toss, quote unquote, every single time. They've gotten the side they want to start so often, and even the one they lost last time that you weren't around for, they got it on train, and they still got CT side. They were given CT side even though they lost the knife round. So it's like, this will be the first time on the stream that they don't get the side they want to start with. I would imagine they would have wanted to start CT side, as most people do on this map. So
they always pick CT.
Yeah, so this is good for them though, right? Because this is the kind of practice, of course, these kinds of things they need. And yeah, again, it is the quote unquote expected victory today for UV1. But,
yeah, exactly.
I don't want to labor down. Old leggy dudes do look like they're a decent team. It's 6-6. They have some good players. Lots of people that like have some good ratings over here in the ESEA in general. Like A-ranked players and stuff, so they certainly could still put up a good fight here, and very much so. Like, I say UV1 is favored, but that I'm saying like 60-40. I'm not saying like it's 100% them, right? So
gotcha.
So let's see how this goes.
We saw the bomb is in spawn, and Goon was there too. There we go. Looks like Goon has returned. Maybe a bit of a just had to quickly deal with something potentially, but Goon is back. 5v5 on the map, and here we go. Just a very, very slow pistol round starting off. No rushing here, but it looks like they are kind of working towards mid, trying to get that control.
Yeah, it seemed like they started the match with a pause. Maybe they're waiting out as long as they possibly could as Eglet picks up that kill. And then Goon still wasn't back in time. So they just we'll just wait a little bit longer. And now he's here. So here's comes
Working out for him.
Cool, Vince with a one-tap. That's a nice little shot with the USP. Eglet's going to try to come up right up from him. He's going to trade that kill right back. They continue moving onto the A side as Goldie's picking up another one. Devin, though, with a one-tap of his own, takes out a Vampy 3v2 now. two members left of Old Laggy Dudes as Point and Devin are here to try to go in the retake. They're both sitting in market. Potentially.
I love this from UV1. They've got so much utility. 2 flashes and a molly plus that smoke that was just thrown. Here's the hit.
Here we go. They're coming straight forward here. Points can take a ton of damage and go down. Devin's down to 44 now as he's standing behind that incendiary. Then eventually Revelite will finish him off. Beauty round there. 2K for Revelite, 2K for Egglite. Nice little start. And UV1 up 1-0.
Yeah, great setup there for UV1. They got a really good entry. They didn't even have to use any of their utility to get onto the site. So they got to use it all for the post plant. Almost impossible for Old Laggy Dudes to take that, even with some really nice, crisp USP shots coming in. So UV1 take the first round. Old Laggy Dudes force right up.
Yeah, they're definitely doing that. We see Genius over here with the shotty. See what he's going to be able to pull off on this round today. See another patient round this time. Oh, Genius gets taken out immediately here as Egglite is coming spraying in there with the MAC-10. He's going to get it himself. Nice burger with that one. Vampy jumping through the sky, action style. Picking up a couple more.
Got some Hotline Miami moves coming in here. Just flying around corners with an SMG, and UV1 have pretty much secured the round here with those MAC-10s. Ooh. There we go. Vampy finishing it off. It's only Devin remaining. And Devin did buy armor and a couple of grenades, so there's an argument to and a deagle, so there's an argument to save. There is a lot of time. The bomb has to take all the way down, and it feels like an eternity if you've got 5 players hunting for you. Looks like they might go for it.
Devin's walking, trying to get away here. Does see Goon. Won't land his shot. Goon hits his, and that will be a 2-0 start for UV1. Let's see what Old Laggy Dudes do. They did force up a little bit here last round, like you said, so not able to buy rifles yet in this round, so I'd imagine a full save from them now. And should be another round for UV1. Yeah,
probably light work for those MAC-10s. Unarmored pistol players here. And Goon and Revelite already had enough to buy up AKs in the second round. So actually, Unexpected Victory are hugely set up financially here for this T side. Really, really great start. This could be absolutely key in terms of setting them up for racking up a few rounds on the more difficult side. And this round, probably not going to be much. Egglit's going to... There we go.
He gets another one there. Vince will trade him right back. Vampy and Point will trade a couple kills too, so that's still 3 for 2 right now as UV1 have the numbers advantage and are starting to move through Banana towards B. I see chat saying the in-game sounds a little quiet. I'll raise it after this round. Sorry about that, folks. Evan here is trying to deal with them with that. USP will not do so as Goldie is going to be able to plant this bomb pretty easily. And
yeah. Old Laggy Dudes are pretty on point with the USP aim. I'm seeing a lot of headshots, but actually Unexpected Victory are working with just better coordination. They've got double peaks coming in. They've got people trading, and they're just doing well with the fundamentals. And all the great aim in the world can't stop the T's from getting onto the site and getting an advantage if you're trading properly. So Points just has to look for X's at this point. UV1 looking really good so far.
Ooh. Oh, Point. Oh. It gets one extra frag, but it gets traded right away. Let's see if I could quickly fix the sound. Oh, yeah, it's at like 13%. It's at a 60. That's probably good enough. Hopefully that's good, folks. Let me know if that is a good enough volume for y'all. As, yeah, we get back to this. We're going to get a full rifle round. We're going to get an op onto Genius there and see what Old can do. The Old Laggy Dudes. Let's see what they can do with some real guns here.
Yeah, first gun round coming in. UV1, all AKs. Still lots of money in the bank for UV1 as well. They can break OLD again if they take this one, but they're stopped by a molly over at Banana, so only able to get halfway up. And also pretty present apps control here coming in from the OLD defense. They're wanting to push up far and look at alt mid, so I like that setup. I think that's, it's not standard, but it's a good idea, especially in open, I think, to go for those aggressive alt mid plays as the CTs. Hasn't paid off for them quite yet, but of course hasn't had any gun rounds either, so we'll see if it pays off from here. Egglit's setting up a pop flash.
Here we go. Egglite now moving forward. Genius to be able to pick up one Vampy. He's going to take out Vince. Vampy now trying to run out of that situation. As we turn to Genius with the op. He's going to find that shot onto Egglite. Looking now at Vampy behind this box. He's going to pop out here, get a nice kill there. Still has to deal with Point. Point will take them out, so it's now a 2v2. Bomb being picked up. It's near mid. We took the Evan here. Smoke goes down. He lands a shot, leaving Goldie here alone on the ability to clutch this one out. He's moving through banana right now.
Yeah, has the bomb. That was clever by Evan to sit right at that off angle there in the middle of the lane. No chance for Goon to guess that. Goldie's got a 1v2.
Goldie, yeah. Looking to see if he can get on site here. Still doesn't quite know if he's there. Makes a little bit of noise. He's trying to peek all his angles. Oh, he's being played around a little bit here. Oh, no.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect by Devin there. That was really, really well played on that B defense, Devin. First of all, sitting on a kind of a cute little off angle where Goon was like, he's there. And then after that, he goes back and just plays Ring Around the Rosie at dark, or at New Box, I should say, and makes the UV1 player think that the site is clear. Just really, really good from Devin. Great game sense there. And Old Legged Dudes are on the board.
For sure, definitely. And yeah, it was... Yeah, one of those old veteran plays, you know? He's like, he knows this guy's looking around for him, and he knows, like...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he doesn't take the 50-50.
Young kid would have peeked that.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't take the 50-50, I think I'm just faster than you. He goes, I'm going to wait, because you have to plant. He knows he has to plant. So the second he does...
Yeah. And that is the correct play. It's not a case of it's just a different style. It is correct not to reveal yourself there if you have the opportunity not to, and because you've got your other player who once you hear the sound and once you know that there's a commitment, you can get your other player to rotate. The longer you stay alive, the more likely you are to win the round. There's no two ways about it. So great job there by Devin. Old Genius this time picked up a mag 7 as he lost the op last time. Goldie takes a nice chunk of nade damage, and Genius aggressive. No.
Sort of the reverse op, right? It does the same thing, but does it short range. And he's able to do that and pick up an AK.
Yeah, great job to recover an AK there. That's a huge advantage already from OLD. But unexpected victory, like I said, their money was in a pretty good place, and so they were able to buy fully here. They've got lots of utility remaining. Just need to use it properly. You can still get onto a site with advantage, and it looks like B is the choice.
Yeah, they're starting to be there. A couple of them have control over banana here. Of course, as you mentioned, they will meet up with Point and Devin if they go forward here. And looks like they're setting up the smokes right now.
Yeah, we'll see if they suss out Devin standing up in the box.
Revelate gets there first. He's got the one, but Point's got himself a double kill. He's going to spray down a few more. Point with the 4K and the clutch hold. The Old Leggy Dudes within one round now.
That is full armor, and Devin ran distraction. You can't give it all, but Point with a beautiful spray down in the smoke there to put another one on the board for Old Leggy Dudes, and that is a hell of a B defense coming in from the CTs there. Beautiful stuff. That is looking good, and UV1 have to go onto pistols now, and you've got to mentally reset from a round like that as well.
Yeah, that's certainly a tough one, and yeah, just nice plays here by the Old Leggy Dudes, making that happen here as they're sitting here defending this ace.
Yeah, Vince spotted out this alt mid push, and so they know exactly what's about to happen here.
We'll see one of them sprays down too. Vince gets one more, leaving Revelate and Vampy here now to try to save themselves. Revelate here, trying to see if Point peeks out there. Vampy will get himself an eagle kill. Point then takes out Revelate. Vampy trying to deal with 4 people completely surrounding him. He at least gets 1, but Genius takes him down in the end.
Wow, that was some final scene in John Wick
yeah, right?
stuff right there. Vampy just spinning around, taking shots, and actually did manage 2 kills, which is way more than I would have gotten, I'll tell you that. Good job by Vampy there to grab a couple back, and unexpected victory will be able to buy up again. It's a bit of a lighter one this time, but they will all grab AKs, except, Revelite goes for one as well. So yeah, like I said, after that second round where they had bought up AKs already, and the third round where they won pretty decisively, unexpected victory were set up for 3 more rounds of buys. Really, really valuable there. Unfortunately, Old Leggy Dudes managed to win the gun rounds. So now unexpected victory are once again on their last leg of full buy here.
Yeah, they're certainly going to want to win this one, for multiple reasons, obviously. Winning rounds is how you win the game. But besides that, just the momentum that Old Leggy Dudes have kind of put together is huge, and the economy, like you were kind of already alluding to, is just would be completely destroyed for unexpected victory, which would lead to potentially multiple rounds that would be pretty easy for Old Leggy Dudes to win. So this is one of those key rounds that you kind of always think about when you kind of review the game. So let's see how they approach this. Anglet in a great spot, does take down Genius. Vince, who will trade it right back. But here comes Revelite to revenge his fallen foe. Picks up the op for that effort there. 4v3 now for Unexpected Victory. They're starting to move towards the A site. Coming through mid is Goon. Looks like Vampy and Goldie are taking some damage here. Slippers and Devin are able to pick him up. Vampy will get one more with a nade. Goon, we watch him spray down Evan. We're getting the plant here. Point 1v2, but low health numbers on both Vampy and Goon make this very plausible, especially with shooting like that. Looking to find them through the box and gets that done. Point with the huge clutch here. Will win this very important round, as I mentioned.
Yeah, lovely from Point there. Chat just mentioned, let me know if this is better, chat. I just turned my mic down a little bit. Apparently, I was a little hot. But, you know, regardless, beautiful stuff from Point once again. Just so clean there. And, yeah, he knew that those two players had low HP, so goes for the peaks exactly right. And, yeah, really nice jiggle there onto Vampy. That is some beautiful stuff. So Old Leggy Dudes get the lead for the first time, and you can see Point 11 frags in 7 rounds already.
Yeah, just certainly getting that done in a beautiful way, and like every single round, like his spray control just is on point, which is one of the nice things about Counter-Strike too. Is that like maybe I don't want to harp too much on these guys being old, but they call it on themselves by naming them this.
Yeah,
exactly. Where it's like, yeah, maybe the reactions are slow or whatever, but if you know the spray, you know the spray. That doesn't change, and if they ever change it, that would cause a riot. So
exactly.
They are able to kind of use that here in Counter-Strike to their advantage. Here we go.
Yep, and we have another gun round, and Vampy, nice aggressive play there onto Genius. It's a big setup, but a lot of damage taken over on Banana as well from utility.
A smart timing play there by Vampy. Just go straight there, knowing if someone runs up as fast as they can, they will be right at that point. And good crosshair placement, of course, leads to that. Point, meanwhile, is in a very interesting spot over here. He's about to go down. He's able to pick up one while Goldie takes him out. Devin then comes in from behind here, so leaving Revelate and Egglet to 2v3. Revelate with the off. Slippers takes out Revelite, so it's just Egglet now, likely going to try to save this Galil at least, or maybe pick up the gun. Ooh, yeah, pick up the gun. That's the call. He got that M4 now. 1v2, this is still very possible. He's got a open route to this site, but he's going to take it patiently, which is probably a better call anyway without the information we have. Yeah,
you've got a decision to make here, and OLD, you know, as expected, put one player on each site. Egglet still has a flash, a smoke, and a molly, so can get access to a bomb site here. B would be easier, but B is where they expect him to go, and I would say probably has chosen correctly, doesn't want to face up against that op towards Banana, so Egglet's going to make his way over towards A. There's just so many angles to check, Johnny, and where do you even throw this smoke? Vince is tucked into the site.
Ooh, Vince happened to turn around at the wrong time for him, but still wins the gunfight. Egglet, I don't even think got a shot off. Vince pulls that one down. Another round win. 5 in a row for OLDs. They're up 5-3.
Yeah, the RNG kind of went into Vince's favor in that one. That was an unlikely headshot from jumping there, but good job by Vince to be aware of that, and Egglet just missed the timing so close there and would have had a very good chance to win that round if he had gotten that kill, but still, Unexpected Victory do lose it and have to go on to pistols and armor here, so 3 rounds, and Old Leggy Dudes have got 5 in a row. As soon as they got guns, they've really stepped it up.
Yeah, it's been a good few rounds for them, that's for sure. Like every moment it looked like Unexpected Victory were putting something together. OLD eventually had an answer for it, so we'll see if that trend continues or if Unexpected Victory can start taking it back here. And we've seen them do it on those rounds where they kind of save and pick up deagles and still get it done here. We've seen Goon in the few games he's been playing look really solid with a deagle, so we'll see if he continues that.
Yeah, Goon has amazing aim. Here.
Oh man. Evan. Though. Yeah, Devin. Evan.
Yeah.
Whatever. He pulls that off.
Got the double D's in the name.
Yeah, throw me off. But yeah, he's still at 10 HP after that exchange. Point then walks up and takes out Revelate. So it's just Egglet and Vampy here. You know what I was talking about earlier where dry peeking wasn't the call? It seems
yeah.
They're in that.
Wow. And this aggressive setup at Banana from Old Leggy Dudes, I love this. The Devon and Point show right now with the crossfire coming in, and Devon always able to get past those smokes. They need to maybe tighten up the utility a little bit. Vampy almost spotted a gun there, and there's a couple of low health members, but that's why they've rotated the Opera around as well.
Oh, nice shot! He's got one, but going on the ground is right. He's got two. Devin ends up winning that one there, but everyone else basically felt like sacrificial lambs to that. So, hey, a couple frags gets you back in there money-wise here. They're going to fully buy up here. Of course, they have max loss bonus. They got AKs and the op in hand. So, well, we touched on the 3-3 round being that very, very important round. We're now back to that kind of same situation where this is now a round just like that one that is extremely important.
Yep, keep getting them. I like how Vampy goes out like a cowboy again. Deagle in hand, spinning around, 2 kills to his name before he finally hits the dirt, but still, Old Leggy Dudes put another one up on the board. So, unexpected victory. Now have to change the strategy a little bit, and Genius already gets picked off early. And they are just not able to handle this Banana aggression so far.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get any control over that part of the map, which has been kind of a brutal thing for Unexpected Victory throughout these rounds. And they're down a member.
At some point, you start. Do you start nade stacking? Like, it's such a crazy thing to be losing to all the time. Is this, you know, the CTs getting aggressive? 2 CTs getting aggressive into Banana every single round, and it feels weird to nade stack the Banana area as the T side, but you know, in like let's say they did it that round, they would have done a hell of a lot of damage. They have to find some way to deal with it. They can't just keep running into the brick wall that is Genius on that op. And of course, Point, the top fragger in the server right now on that rifle, being able to get, you know, being good for multiple kills every round so far, feels like.
And here you go, flash is coming through. 25 seconds left in the round. They throw their own flash to continue to slow them down. Goldie continues to make noise up there in apartments.
It's a Miss Molly. Wonder if they can use that. It might have still landed on the balcony.
Here we go, the real hit coming towards B site now. 10 seconds left on the round. They got to get on here and get a kill. They do take down Point. Slippers eventually takes down Goldie over in A, so they're going to start making the rotation here. And they get this plant off. Oh, guns firing everywhere. Genius picks up one. Goons then takes him out. They're looking over towards Devon now. They did not get the bomb plant.
Yep.
Oh, I thought they actually got it. Did not get the bomb plant down in time. Unfortunate there, so that will be a big round win for Old Laggy Dudes. But max loss bonus means, again, they can still at least buy a bunch of AKs.
Yeah, it was well done to, you know, they traded properly and everything, but just pulled the trick a little bit too late, and Old Laggy Dudes had the shots to deny the plant the first time. Expected victory only on 3 rounds. And remember, this is the T side. You don't necessarily need to win this half, but you do want to rack up a few more than 3. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Good spot by Goldie to catch the shoulder there. Gets Genius off of the angle.
Got the Glock now. And,
Okay.
yeah, he had the Glock. Genius wins that one. You watch Slippers on top of the roof. Gonna pick down 2. Vince helps out, taking out Goldie as well. Egglet now by himself. Vince with the running headshot.
Vince is blessed today. Gotta go buy a lottery ticket after this game. That's 2 1 in a million headshots. Not 1 in a million, but 2 very unlikely shots there. And UV1 looking to take a pause. Good idea, I would say. Gets your bearings a little bit. Vampy has been putting up numbers, but they've been down a player at the beginning of the match, or at the beginning of the round, almost every single round here. Genius or Point, or maybe Vince finding an opener almost every time. So you need to have a discussion, and you need to come up with something else, basically. You know, even a rush, just something to break the tension, something to break your, you know, break the momentum that the other team has in terms of winning and taking those aim duels every single time. Unexpected victory, going to change it up, but in this case, they're just going to go for a save. Deagles and armor, a couple of flashes. Flash in the smoke, I should say.
Yeah. They are going to try to go aggressive here. They run over here, but Slippers, he's pretty aggressive too. He gets into the apartment, 1 kill, and then we'll back out of that one. They were trying to make a rush through mid, but it gets answered. Revelite, meanwhile, himself trying to find a way to lead his team into this one.
Yeah, I almost would have rather had P250s or CZs and a little bit more utility for the rush. Maybe just try to overwhelm that rifler who keeps pushing, because that's one thing you can take advantage of is, these aggressive CT spots. There's a reason people don't use them all the time. They can be exploited.
Mm-hmm. See that smoke come through. Here's Egglet now. There's smoke, and they're starting to move in now, getting the hit onto the A site. They're going to get a little bit hit up by a molly, though, and Vince will spray down Vampy through that smoke. Here, Boyd comes into the flank. He picks up one. Genius gets the other one. These simultaneous hits that old laggy dudes put together just completely impressing me on the day. Got Goldie by himself here. See if he can, hurt someone.
Yeah, the coordination that they've got, but I predicted that they would have really great macro play, but honestly, the aim is what's impressing me in terms of especially players like Genius and Point.
Oh, nice.
Find one.
Well, he got one.
Yep.
Vince ended up winning that in the end, but all right, here we go. So, like we were saying, a bit of a 9-6 CT side map. So, if UV1 could throw together some good rounds starting here and kind of just win out the rest of the half, they will still be in good position going into the second half here. But they really got to staunch the bleeding now.
Yeah. Goldie slaughtering some poultry on his way out, and yeah, 9-6, no problem. Like that is totally reasonable here. But you do have to get these rounds. An unexpected victory need more. Like you can't just say, oh, we have the opportunity to get 9-6, so we're going to get it. They need to change how they're playing these rounds, and maybe an entry here could help.
Yeah, here's Goldie walking up into the apartments here. He's got few on his right there. Of course, that smoke is there.
I have to say, Old Leggy Dude's doing a great job of keeping track of finances. They know exactly, based on the amount of money Unexpected Victory has, they know exactly where to play. Slippers in particular, every time there's an eco, pushes apps.
Here's a flash, and here comes Goldie. He's going to lead the charge. He's trying to get something going on here. He's in a little bit of the incendiary. He's still going to win a firefight against Genius, though. He's going to throw... Nope, he's not going to throw his own molly. Egglet will get one more here. They're continuing to move on to the site. Nice round so far for them. Slippers does take out one, but they got 4 members still alive, and they're going to be able to get this plant over onto the A site once they give someone a bomb to do it. Here we go.
Plant safe. Great work there by Goldie, and yeah, it was Genius missing that op shot that basically decided the round in that case. Had the peek on the entry player, lost it, and it just gave them access to flood into that alley and take complete control. Multiple players peeking each angle. No chance for the rest of the A defense, and Old Leggy Dudes have to save.
Yeah, they opt to save those 2 guns here, and there we go. UV1 finally pick up a round that ends the 9-0 run the Old Laggy Dudes put together to give them their very strong lead they have currently here. So they'll get this one.
Yeah, funny enough, even with the round differential, I wouldn't say from what I've seen that Old Laggy Dudes are looking much better than Unexpected Victory in terms of just raw skill. And so maybe the answer is just to take those aim duels, to find those angles that they're peaking and challenge them. Because, these players like Egglet, Goon, Vampy definitely have the skill probably to out-aim Old Leggy Dudes in a 1v1 firefight. So you just have to find those, because what Old Leggy Dudes have been doing is not giving them a fair fight. So if you force a fair fight, maybe that's the answer here for Unexpected Victory.
Here's Goon in an aggressive spot. He's going to force his own unfair fight.
Yeah.
And continue the spray in case anyone else decides to walk up, but he gets the one. Revelite trying to get a wall bang there. Whew. Good work here. They finally get banana control a little bit, which is something they haven't been able to do all game long. And you touched on it where you're talking about how, it doesn't even seem like Old Laggy Dudes, if you don't look at the score, feel that much better than UV1. It's that they've won those key rounds, right? The ones that like the rounds that break your economy, the 3-3 round, the 6-3 round.
Yep.
And that just gave Old Leggy Dudes then multiple rounds in a row where you have to try to win with less utility and after those rounds. So UV1 now, if they can take this one here and keep going forward, get into the last round, like I said, 9-6 after the first half would be very, very nice to have. But they've finally got one in their belt after losing 9 in a row. And here they are starting to make their way in. Old Genius, though, he's going to be able to grab one of those. Vince here sitting at the back of A. Let's get a good shot onto Vampy here. Auto Director didn't feel like watching it, but Vampy won that one. Slippers and Genius will grab a couple for themselves, leaving Revelate and Goon here to try to clutch this one out. They're starting to rotate over towards the B side now as everyone's coming over. Revelate hits a nice shot with his op.
Does he have time?
7 seconds.
He doesn't have time.
Oh, no. Goon doesn't
They've
have it. Oh,
lost
no.
it.
Revelate's got the bomb. Oh, no.
Yeah. Revelite had it, and so turning around to get that op shot was all he could do, but basically that was all Old Leggy Dudes needed to delay the bomb plant. And, yeah, really unfortunate, unexpected victory, just taking a little bit too much time on those rotations. That's the second time in a row Old Leggy Dudes have won on time. Or not second time in a row, but the second time this game. A pretty unusual situation there. 10-5, still perfectly doable, but unexpected victory. Goldie having to go over to a Galil Eglet as well, so tough. He really wanted to get that one after those initial favorable trades. But a good rotation coming in from Arch basically secures the round for OLD. And Eglet with a nice push, though.
Eglet jumping up, making it happen. That's what we want to see. It's still 1-for-1 in the end as Devin did pick up Goon. But you do like the even numbers, the 4 versus 4 for the terrorist side. So let's see if they're able to kind of use that advantage and get onto A. We do see that one of them is rotating over. Point is coming over towards the A site where UV1 is actually coming in to hit.
Yeah, double ops over on Old Leggy Dudes, and so tough to retake if unexpected victory do get control of the site.
Here we go. They're starting to move towards it now. Smoke right there. Genius trying to
wrap.
Ooh,
Oh,
he
are they
got
gonna wrap?
so much on him. Goalie down to 8 HP there.
If they go to B, they have such a huge advantage over just the one op in the site. And Vampy's looking at the rotation. They're doing it real slow, and once again the bomb is behind.
Nice shot, Devin, though.
Yeah. Oh, man, those 2 kills just completely destroy this idea.
Eglet does take him out. They're starting to move on here. Vampy with the bomb. We'll be able to get the plant here. They just got to hold it now against 3 members. They got themselves an op and an AK to do it with. There's one. Nice shot, Eglet. Looking for a second one here. Nice flick there, Eglet, to pick up 2. Vampy gets the last one, and they take a round here to end off the half. So it'll be 5-10. Doable will be the main theme of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, great round there by Eglet. Just a really great 2v4 there from Eglet and Vampy. You know, it was tough when they lost those 2 players. They did have control of the B site, but at what cost, you've got to say. But in the end, they had enough time, and they had to rotate where the setup was enough. And Eglet with just able to keep the right angle, catch them off guard. And that second kill from Eglet, so nice.
Yeah, certainly as we get into this second half now, we get the pistol round. This will be a very, very important pistol round. Get yourself started right here for UV1. And pistol round's having a strength for them. They did, of course, start off the map 3-0 when they kind of won that pistol round, and then were able to kind of win the low economy gunfights at the beginning. So let's see if they can keep that trend going here, as they're going to need it to win this match. Here we go, quick fight here. Goon here with the dualies, getting it done.
On.
Are you kidding me? Goon. I've never seen that work. I've seen people try it. I've seen people try it. I've never seen it work.
Doolies behind the cement wall. Goon mowing them down. And look at this. They've actually dropped those dualies for Goon because he's got armor as well. So you...
That's an aggressive
man,
call. You're like,
beautiful
yo, guys, trust me.
Trust
Me. This is my thing. Revelites, though, too. 2 shots, 2 headshots.
Jeez.
Picks up the round. Nice pistol round. UV1. That's what you need to help you going.
That will put some wind in your sails right there. Goon with the dualies, popping heads, and then Revelite with a couple of taps at the end. Just beautiful work by the Unexpected Victory defense on the pistol. And once again, they get to buy up rifles here in the second round. And yeah, if they get this, they can set themselves up so nicely on the CT half. And Unexpected Victory look totally reinvigorated here.
Yeah, it's nice one. I know sometimes I overreact to pistol rounds, but I honestly I love pistol rounds, so it's a little bit my thing to overreact to pistol rounds. And that was fun. That was a fun way to go through that one.
Yeah.
But here we go. They got some good damage on the Genius there as they are trying to move into the banana there. Egglet to throw up a molly.
Genius, by the way, has got a Zeus on that corner.
Oh.
Looking for potentially that aggression to come in again. It is common to see an SMG rush into banana second round from the CTs, but this time, as we said, they have bought up rifles. This is a full B hit from Old Laggy Dudes, and the utility is going to come out. Goldie has a very nice one.
Goon's going to get one. Revelate will pick up two. Goldie gets one more. Going to mow them all down. Devin is the last one standing here. Goon will take him out. There we go.
Oh, man.
Good round against the Eco. Didn't fall for any of the tricks. No Zeus shenanigans came through. Just good stuff by UV1 here. Now, this is the real round. If you can take this, this puts you up in a really, really good position to make your comeback in this game. So let's see if UV1 can do it.
Yeah, and if they don't get it, it is a bonus. So they've got a bye next round as well and plenty of time to work with. So even with a couple of rifles and an SMG, Unexpected Victory have a great opportunity for this as they are far superior in utility to Old Laggy Dudes in this round as well. But they do give up banana once again, playing very passive. You can see a crossfire at the back of the site and not giving any information whatsoever to OLD here for this B take.
Yeah, this is going to be a round where OLD are playing it a little close to their chest this time around. Here's Slipper, Vegan. Mappy, meanwhile, sees a couple of them, does some decent damage onto Vince. Will back up and throw it an incendiary.
Yeah, that really sucks to not be able to get that kill onto Vampy for OLD because now the jig is up. They don't even have the bomb up there yet, and they've been completely spotted out at mid. Utility continues to fly in to delay. Finally, Devin walks back to pick it up, and I believe they are going to A, but man, this is going to be tough. Egglet's got a great position here on the balcony. This is a great place to play with the SMG.
There he goes.
Just a super passive hold. Look at how many players rotated over.
Genius entry, gets one. Looking to move in with the rest of the team here. Vampy surrounded. It's going to throw down the smoke bomb. Reposition himself. Genius will grab down Vampy, though. Bomb does get planted here. 3 members left for UV1 for the retake.
And that was a huge over-rotate from Unexpected Victory. They're going to have to just save it right, like, straight up. And I'm not sure why they decided to send 3 over to B. I don't think that there was any particular utility usage or anything that indicated Old Laggy Dudes were going to go there. They just sort of play it on, you know, on intuition, and unfortunately it just doesn't pay off that time. So OLD basically got the site for free. And yeah, Unexpected Victory, just a bit of a missed call there, unfortunately. But it happens, you know. You sometimes try to take a gamble. They still do retain 3 rifles, and like I said, it was a bonus round anyway, so it's not like they're in any crazy trouble or anything like that. Just gotta be, you know, wondering what information you might use in order to make the call in that situation in the future.
Yeah, that's one of those interesting ones that would have been interesting to be in on the comms, just to see what made that decision happen. So, and of course, like we as casters here, we're sitting here with perfect vision of everything, and we can tell like Genius is right. Like
maybe there was a nade thrown.
In the heat of the moment, right? Things are a little bit crazier, obviously. So here's Goon in the spot where his teammate worked with the dualies. He's gonna walk up though with an M4 and just spray them down that way. The good old-fashioned
beautiful flash by Revelite there.
Certainly great flash to help out his teammate there. So that'll put him in a 5v3.
Yeah, that's huge from Goon coming in, getting that advantage on the round. Unexpected Victory almost secure this round as quickly as Old Laggy Dude secured the last. And you know, they've got to sort of make MacGyver something out of this mid push. but
Oh, they're coming up
no
here.
over rotations this time.
Vampy in a great spot to deal with them. He takes down one. He takes down two. There's one more for him to shoot down, but Vince wins that one. Eglet will take him out in the end. So Vampy 2K, Goon 2K will mean it's now 8-11 in favor of Old Leggy Dudes.
Yeah, so sick from Vampy. That is such a great expression of skill, what he just did right there. The quick few shots, you know exactly how many it's going to take to kill. You flick down, they double peeked you, and you got them both. That's just like, you know, it doesn't look like much. I mean, it looks great, but, you know, try to do that in a game. See how hard it is.
Yeah.
That is so good from Vampy to be able to get both right there.
All right, giant round here. UV1 could win this. It could put them in a good situation to win multiple rounds in a row, and they need it. Back 3 rounds right now. Eglet taking a little bit of damage, starts one off here, but Goon in another aggressive spot will take him down. Goon, it's been step-up time for him in the past few rounds, and he's getting it done. Here we go now, trying to get a hit onto A point. We'll take out one. Vampy and Vince trade. Here's Eglet, gonna go up and grab 2 for himself. Point takes out Eglet in the end, but it's 2v1 now. Point's gonna pick up the bomb, see if he can get onto the A side, or if he's gonna rotate over the B, as it looks like Goldie is making his way down towards A, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone gets caught here.
Yeah, will they follow him up behind in Banana? Or will they just give him B for free and then go for the retake? 45 seconds left, plenty of time, and not a soul anywhere near the B bomb site right now. So Old Point still having to check everything, but doesn't realize he's got this one for free and also has a smoke and a couple of flashes to work with. Yeah, they're just going to wait it out, go for the retake. And yeah, you know, even going over to the church and clearing out every single angle was Old Point.
He certainly feels like he wants to be 100% certain that this is totally free. He's probably a little bit surprised even that it's as free as it is. So he gets the plant off. Let's see how they do with the retake. Goon, of course, down to 27 HP. Still has the dualies, just to throw it out there.
Critically, they weren't even peeking from spawn there, so they actually didn't see where that smoke was thrown from. So Old Point could be anywhere. See if Goldie gets a peek here.
This is a great spot for Point. Goon gets out first. He'll take him down for the next one, but Goldie wins that fight. He's going to make his way over towards his bomb, defuse that one, and this key round that I mentioned, that's going to be a big one for UV1. Old Leggy Dude's likely to not have as much going on in the next round.
Yeah, I was scared because Goldie didn't trade his teammate. Instead, went for the full-on bait, but then Point pulled out a nade as he went around the corner. So unexpected victory, get it, no problem. And yeah, you know, just go for the 1v2 retake. I like the patience there from Point to clear out absolutely every nook and cranny for the plant, and also a nice kill there on Goldie. It was an interesting idea to not double peek that, to just to not trade, but it ended up working out.
Yes. And Revelite both taking a little bit of damage to start off this round, but no one down yet. No, now people are down. Eglet takes one. He gets traded right back right away. Revelite and Vampy will pick up a couple here as we watch Vampy get themselves onto the site. Goldie looking to make a flank over here as we watch Goon.
Yeah, Genius is going down here.
Ooh, nice one. Revelite picks up the last one. Pretty solid round there for UV1. They're now within 1 round.
Yep, classic Deagle Rush from OLD, not getting much out of it. They don't have a Vampy on their team to whip out a couple of random headshots at the end, so they only lose 1. An unexpected victory looking to be set up very nicely, though Eglet did go down and actually has no money in the bank. Luckily, the rest of UV1 have plenty to spot him for next time, and Old Leggy Dudes are on the break point. They are on max loss bonus, but it's going to be a rough fight next round if they lose here, especially if they don't save.
Genius trying to get some damage through that smoke. Goldie actually able to avoid any part of that.
Yeah,
mostly.
that molly landed in the smoke, so it was wasted, unfortunately. And Slipper's going to have to use his. Finally does get them to back off, but that's a lot of utility used just to get a, you know, to get control
position,
of one hill.
Yeah, basically.
As they would have said in World War I.
Ooh, this is a tense game now as UV1 are making this On comeback, they've won all but one round so far in this second half, and of course want to keep that going for themselves. Devin.
Yeah, I think we're seeing exactly, what we were talking about, where this group of very skilled players who have yet to play as a unit of 5 that often. And so in the CT side, where you get to just rely on that aim, as we predicted at the beginning of this game, they do seem to be out-fragging old laggy dudes. So, bodes well that they've gotten this close already and continue to have clean rounds.
Here we go, moving on to the B site now. Good will pick up the first one. He gets 2. In fact, he got 3. That's 4 because that incendiary was perfect. Point for the last one left.
What? Where was that molly? I need to see that again. Goon on for the ace here.
Goon try to spray it down, and there it is! Goon with the ace! One of the newest members of this team, showing he belongs.
Man, Goon just gets the spray down. That's on a full gun round, too. He says, Point, you got a 4K? How do you like this one here? Gets the spray down, gets 4 with the gun and 1 with the molly. And, man, I don't know where that was burning. I think maybe in the back corner there, but just lovely from Goon and does it all on his own. Unexpected victory, go up to 11 in style.
Yeah, we certainly take those. That's a fun one. Nice one, Goon. Be able to pull it off, still in the rush. Meanwhile, Revelite and Vampy are going to pick up 2 huge kills to start this round. Egglet's got themselves a couple too as well. Devins is here standing up. He will get one with Deagle, but Revelite will finish that one up. UV1 have a lead. They were down 10-5. They have a 12-11 lead.
Yep, the CT side power showing strong here, and UV1 taking full advantage of it. The last time they had a lead was that 3-0 streak at the beginning off the pistol round initially, and you can see why UV1 values that knife round so highly, because the side they start on really matters. But the fact that Revelite fully blind takes Genius out of the air there.
We saw a lot of old laggy dudes do that when they were on the CD side, just those timing kills, just walking up to a point where if they're rushing, they're going to be right there at that exact point. That's one of those, and Revelite is going to be able to pick up that one there to get this round started off nicely.
Yep. And of all the timing peaks, that one might have been the sexiest, as Revelite peeks into a flash and just takes Genius out of the sky there. But Unexpected Victory have set themselves up so nicely. And this is another gun round that old laggy dudes just kind of need, honestly. Like they're back on the save if they don't get this one. That Molly's going to deny them the push, though.
Yeah, they want to get in there, and they remember what a Molly can do with them. Highly doubt they forgot last round already. So they're going to wait for that all to finish up here. They still have plenty of time, 55 seconds left on the round, but they seem to really want to push through Banana and get onto B. It seems to be their default, and here it goes. The skeet starting now. Can Goon defend this once again? He's got a great shot onto Slippers. Goldie contributes another one. Goon's got 2. Goldie's got 2.
Oh, man.
13-11 now for UV1. 3 more rounds away from winning this one.
This B defense is ridiculous. Goldie and Goon just are absolutely a brick wall right now. Nobody can get through. And Goon has topped Egglet and Vampy at the top of the scoreboard now with this defense. And now old laggy dudes are the ones who have to take a pause.
Yeah.
And just sort of lick their wounds here, because what are you supposed to do against that?
And more or less, they're just doing what Point and Devin did on the CT side when they were there, right? They're just kind of doing similar things.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're
doing it on site instead of in Banana.
True, yeah.
Which is funny. They're getting just as much devastation, but they don't have to play as aggressively. I love this. I love this look from UV1. Just straight up, we can aim better than these guys. That's what we're going to use. And so, before I asked for some more map control, more aggression, but in this case, they're just relying on their skill. And, you adapt to what the game is showing you that might work. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying we can win these aim duels, and if we win them, we win the rounds.
They're able to get that going real strong here, winning all but 1 round so far in this second half. Put them in a nice position here. Ooh, Egglet in a bad spot here, but he gets a kill anyway. They've just all turned it up to 11 now.
Yeah, Egglet is not supposed to get that kill. That is a bad move, Egglet. You are a bad man. But Revelite.
Oh, Revelite. Oh, Vampy. Everyone right now pulling out all the stops.
A charmed half so far.
Here's Vince able to pick up one there. Revelate tries to jump, or sorry, Vampy tries to jump on top of the block. He gets back down to finish that one off. Goldie also picking up another kill onto Devin, which means they win another round. 14-11 now for UV1.
Round of beers after this game. This one's worth celebrating because
Yeah.
UV1 are looking really, really good. It's just, you can tell they're all feeling themselves. They're peaking and knowing they're going to hit. You can see the money is just racked up sky high right now. Nobody is having to save the rest of the match, no matter how long it goes.
Yeah, and they kind of did it the hard way, making my like 60-40 favorite prediction look pretty smart right now. Goon spraying down, tries to get additional more through the wall there. Revelite
Look at that utility.
Picking up one more with it in here. Vampy's got one more. He's got to get two. Why not? Sure. Revelite still trying to get one more to take out point. And they do it.
Man.
2K for Revelite, 2K for Vampy.
They're playing deathmatch now, dude.
Yeah,
like,
just straight up.
Just swinging those corners. Revelite coming around and just flicking with the op at Banana. The Molly's burning alive, and we're on match point here. Unexpected victory. You know, they didn't just switch halves. They switched gears, and it is showing right now.
Another part of it, too, is that it just seems like old laggy dudes just do the same thing over and over again on the T side, and
they have a you know, I would say Unexpected Victories T side Inferno is a weak point, but old laggy dudes, you know, it's a negative way to put it, but their T side is weaker.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. They do not have a very dynamic attack here.
Yeah, it does not seem that way, but they're ahead in this round, at least for them.
Yep. Yeah, at least not dynamic enough to deal with what Unexpected Victory is putting up right now, though, like you said, they do get an advantage here, and Unexpected Victory. The thing is, the way they're playing, Revelite.
All right. Revelite, newly minted main opper. He's got himself 2 in this round.
That is such a nice shot right there. Revelite is going out and is like, I know exactly what to do with this situation right here. Just a beautiful flick there. Revelite is feeling it as much as anybody else right now. And, you know, going over to the op, filling Proddy's shoes very, very nicely.
Here we go. Moving in onto the site now. You're going to have to go walk through the fire to get it done. Here's Goon in the middle of that smoke. Vince will get the better of him. Goldie does take out Slippers. Vince trying to walk around to get something else done here. Devin will plant this bomb.
30 HP between the two of them here.
They're just gonna
One
wait
grenade
for the rest of the team
would do it.
Ooh. Oh, Revelite sees him. He has to back off, though. He's got low HP, and good play by Devin, really, to get that right angle here. So 2v2, but again, those HP numbers are real low. Picks up the op. That will make it exciting.
It's from the Molly, and so I'm not sure they have the info.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
yeah, if they had the info about the HP, Unexpected Victory could have easily secured that round by running out with pistols instead of trying to go for op shots. But unfortunately, all the damage was done by the Molly, and so or spraying through the smoke where they couldn't tell that it had happened, and so the call didn't come through, and they basically it was as if they had full HP because that's how Unexpected Victory played it. Still on match point with plenty of money. Run boost here.
Yep. Oh, never mind. The big nope. Here you go, Revelite. What? Oh my goodness, my dude. Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, Revelite just is not missing on this half right now, and any of those peaks, it looks like he wants to not have his crosshair on them when he peeks so that he can do the flick, you know? Like, it looks like the flick is the most consistent way he can hit right now, and it is consistent as hell. Going up 5-4 on the round. Leggy dudes have gotten pretty far into B, but Goon takes one and Goldie takes another. Auto Director not interested.
Oh, yep, unfortunate on that one. And I know we mentioned in chat, you guys like, just go to the action. Like, it's a little hard when you're casting and trying to direct. So we have to rely on Auto Director.
Observing is pretty tough.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. As much as we can, and sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it doesn't. Though.
Yep.
But here, let's manually go over to Point and see how they get onto this site here. Maybe they go for A right now. Point's going to move up forward here. Firefight begins on the site. Point gets one. Devin gets the other. They're going to get this plant off now. and see if Vampy, Goldie, and Goon could retake it for the win. Devin, of course, with his op, though, is going to go to mid. See what he sees.
It's still a 3v2. Still some utility available. Only a Molly and a nade on Devin.
Vampy gets in there. He's got one. Devin does take out Goon. They've got him surrounded. They'll take him out.
That's
that
it.
will be the game. That will be the match. And in comeback fashion, UV1 holds strong. They knew their CT side was stronger. They knew they just needed to pick up just enough rounds on the T side to make it a 12 victory in the end for UV1.
Yeah, it turned into a really fun match, but of course, you know, very CT-sided affair for both teams. And yeah, those 5 rounds, I gotta say, I think that pistol, along with the really clean follow-ups to the pistol round, were as much, basically decided the game. I think that if they, you know, the fact that they got those 3, they were just really able to kind of weather the storm of being on T side against a pretty, you know, calculated, pretty experienced team in Old Laggy Dudes. And then, you know, since they got those 5 rounds, they were able to just make something of that, come alive in the CT half with some of the best plays we've seen by Unexpected Victory so far this entire season, and just really, really pop off. Beautiful stuff here. I loved watching Goon on that B site. I also loved watching Vampy in a couple of really great clutch situations, but at the end, it was Revelite who was putting up the highlight plays with that op, you know, newly moved over to opping and IGLing. Going for the Fallen experience was Revelite, and, you know, doing a great job.
Yeah, for sure. So we got an opportunity to interview someone we tend to call it MVP. It's between Goon or Revelite for me. Obviously, Goon got the ace. Revelite just doing great work with op.
We talked to Goon last time.
So let's go with Revelite.
Let's bring Revelite in.
Let's see if we can get him in here. We'll jump over to the UV1 Discord and try to get a chat with them. At Revelite interview. Interview. So that was it was certainly an exciting one. I'm actually really glad to hear. Do want to hear a lot about Revelite here in terms of both the having to take over as the opera and continuing as the IGL, and then of course into this game as I think he's being moved into the room shortly with us. So hopefully that gets going soon. But yeah, it was an intense round of Counter-Strike when, of course, like they were just behind by the 8. They were behind the 8 ball. That's the term, right? That's the term we're looking for. And then they were able to bring it back. Yeah, there you go. Revelite. Hello. I'm surrounded by 2 musicians today. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. It was a great match. It was a comeback that it looked like you guys just knew. You look like you guys just knew you were to come back, and you weren't super worried about it. How did it feel in the room being down early in that one?
So at first, it was a little bit, I guess you could say, nerve-wrenching or racking. I'm not really too sure what the proper terminology there is.
Either one.
No, I felt that. But no, it was definitely a little bit stressful, just in the sense of nothing was really working out. And I had a feeling like they were the kind of team that was hard to predict. In the sense of how they were playing, but we stayed composed, and then going into the CT side, we had a lot of we prepared a lot, and this what you saw was our new roster. Actually, this is the final roster. Yep. Still, you know, T side being the side that takes a little bit more cohesiveness, of course, in the sense of working the map and you know, doing things that satisfies, you know, all sides of the map, not just like, oh, you're working banana. You also need to be worried about what the apps guys are doing so that you guys are all on the same page. But yeah, that stuff's just a little bit still, I guess, shaky. But our CT side is solid, at least for now.
So I know that you've been using the ops sometimes, but now you've sort of moved out. Now with this kind of finalized roster, you've seemed to have moved over to almost a main opping role. How are you feeling about the combination of doing the IGL stuff as well as opping? Is it coming pretty naturally to you, or is it an adjustment?
A little while back, when I first started playing the game competitively, I used to be an op IGL. It's been probably like a year and a half since, but it's definitely a different type of play style than what would, you know, a rifler do whilst he's IGLing, just because the op it's an easy gun to use in the sense of it doesn't have as much of a dynamic compared to a rifle.
Sure, spray
It's
control, stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, of course. The op role is more about positioning and being able to play off your team and work picks early round and late round, which is what I feel like we need from an opper. And I'm going to try and do that. Maybe not for every map, just depending on my positioning. Because if I play B on train, there's no point of me having an op there.
Right.
At least every
Right.
round.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a little bit different. But I'm excited to see what the future entails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I want to touch on is how you're feeling about one of your newest players here in Goon. He came in like a couple weeks ago now and has kind of just been a solid member of the team. But I think the most interesting thing is like when I first kind of met you guys all seem to have very similar styles and how you're going to play the game. Like, oh, that's instant chemistry. Goon actually seems to play the game a little bit differently than everyone, and it's working. He got an ace on the day. He did the dualies on the pistol round on the CT side, which was awesome. So how is like introducing Goon into the team? How's that been? How's that process been?
So yeah, I agree. Goon's a little bit different compared to previous players that we've had on the roster, but I feel like that's exactly what we needed. He's fitting in really nicely in all the positions that we put in. Of course, still things that we need to work on and fix up, but other than that, he's been a star player. A lot of the rounds, it's on his back. The frags, the util that he uses, and the way that he plays off of the team. It's been great, and yeah, I mean, he's only going to get better.
Yeah, it seems like that player, like everyone's like trying to be like this very patient, calm team a little bit, but he seems like that player that's just like, yeah, we just threw in this wild card in this, and is showing you guys how you can play differently and still put it together as a team. It's not like he's just literally trying to 1v9 out there. You are still working together, and it's cool to see.
Yeah, a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we work on to make sure that we find success.
Did you? I noticed. Maybe it's just a caster thing or a viewer thing, but we sort of noticed a bit of almost like a shift near the end of the game where you started really playing loose and started flying around corners. You in particular started going for some crazy flicks, which all looked hella good on the stream. Did there get to be sort of a competitive aspect of like who's gonna top frag at the end there once you all sort of realized how well you were doing, or was it just business as usual and it just started looking really good?
It's business as usual. No one on the team is worried about outperforming anyone else because obviously statistics. Some people just look at that and they'd say Rev's bottom frag. But like whoever's bottom frag, it doesn't matter because what's important is it takes 5 people to win a game, and everyone, especially if you hear the comms and you see what everyone's doing, a lot more appreciation goes into that small little contribution that really makes the impact for everyone else.
Well, yeah, you have 4 people with 20 bombs today. Even Goldie, who didn't get 20, he's still at an ADR of 71, which is like solid, right? Like that's like fine. So like, yeah, everyone contributes on the team, and it's fun.
Yeah, and if you look at it, he was holding B site with Goon, and Goon was the one getting all the frags there. So.
Goldie's just throwing the flashes and everything. Well, man, great work today. On that T side, you guys really rallied, and I can't wait to see how this lineup progresses because it looks as strong as you've looked all season.
Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're here to impress and go as far as we possibly can.
Yeah, keep it up. We'll keep tracking you and keep following you guys. You got a few more games left in the regular season as we warm up into the playoffs, so keep winning and keep getting better. Thank you very much for joining us for the interview, Rev.
Thank you guys so much as well. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good one. Loving the tunes too, by the way.
I appreciate it, man. Much love.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Good vibes.
I alluded to it earlier with the 2 musicians in the room. If anyone doesn't know, Wes is also a fantastic singer. Check out, look up those guys on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He's mildly embarrassed, but like whatever. I'm gonna plug it for him, so it's not like he's shamelessly self-promoting. Go check it out. Those guys on YouTube, they do some cool acapella stuff, and they got one of my favorite songs of all time. They most recently did, and "Build Me a Buttercup." So it's fun.
There we go.
Go check it out. But besides that,
lots of musicians on the stream.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you just do straight acapella?
In terms of that group, yes, but before the pandemic, I mean, I won't go too much into it. This isn't a West Rambo plug stream, but I was a professional singer before the pandemic started. So that was what I did for a living. So I still do as much as I can, basically.
That's awesome, man. Hopefully one of the streams at the beginning you'd be able to give us a live performance.
Yeah, maybe the WJ Rambo and Revelite
the
collab.
finals halftime show featuring
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll need a few more gifted subs than just one for me to get convinced about that one. I'll say that.
That's
All right,
great.
Revelite, have a great night, man.
You as well. Good night, guys.
Cheers. All right, yeah, that was a good night Counter-Strike, my dude. It looked like that the old guys they had some tricks up their sleeves that maybe these young guns weren't gonna figure out, but they figured it out in the end. They figured out that we can just probably shoot better than you if we run at you.
That's
and it seemed to work out.
exactly how I would analyze this game too. And yeah, just a good performance by UV1, and like Rev said, they're really well put. You've just gotta keep shoring up whatever weaknesses you find and do a lot of work behind the scenes, to keep strengthening what you've got. And, he's really satisfied with the way the lineup is looking, and I can totally see why. I think that there's definitely the potential for a big playoff run here.
Yeah, and what's nice about it is that it's the projection of the team, right? Like, we kind of see where they're at, and we're like, hey, they look really good, but we can go, we know you can do better. Like, and that's not a flaming thing. That's like, hey, imagine if you did X, Y, and Z better, you'd be
we can see the potential.
Crazy team.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure, and it's there, and I look forward to continue to watching it. So I just want to give a quick shout out to all the new followers and stuff that happened today on the screen. Grippy and Goldie, hey Goldie, thanks for hosting. Libra Wow and Nasty Gaming 2, thank you very much for the follow. And again, once more, shout out to JPM 2002 gifting a sub to Nast Gaming 2 on the night. Thanks everyone for watching this. Wes, is there any last thing you'd like to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah. Why don't you go check out that Those Guys Acapella YouTube channel? Let me just look it up, and I'll put it in the stream. May as well plug my music stuff. But also you can check out twitch.tv/JSRambo. I'm going to be doing a bunch more streaming of my casting in the next little while, so that's going to be something that I'm kind of working on. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm always casting, and I'm always grinding, so hit me up.
Rock and roll. And for me, folks, at Johnny Esports on Instagram as well as on Twitter. I don't know if I you might have been blocked from trying to put link, unfortunately, but
oh, okay. Well,
sorry, I have a mod thing set up. It does it automatically. Anyway,
I posted my Twitch.
I thought you have.
In there before,
I thought I remember.
But...
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, people just look up Those Guys Acapella on YouTube. You'll find it.
Yep.
That's it for me, folks. We'll see you all next time. We'll listen to some more tunes from Revlite before we get out of here, and I will see you all next time.
Have a good night.
Hate it when I wake up, shawty give me fake love, then I gotta deal with it on my own. Hate it when I act tough, when I'm going through stuff, so nobody knows when something's wrong. I'm looking for safety, could you be that maybe? Be there with my highs and all my lows. Trust me, there is plenty, the weight I have is heavy. Born this way, this ain't the life I chose. Hate it when I wake up, shawty give me fake love, then I gotta deal with it on my own. Hate it when I act tough, when I'm going through stuff, so nobody knows when something's wrong. I'm looking for safety, could you be that maybe? Be there with my highs and all my lows. Trust me, there is plenty, the weight I have is heavy. Born this way, this ain't the life I chose.
It's been a while since I woke up and genuinely smiled. It ain't my fault that I always seem to lie, and I don't wanna lie, yeah. We got our ups and downs, but we still together. I saw it down in this lonely world. slowly like a feather. And I won't stop loving you never.
Hate it when I wake up, shawty give me fake love, then I gotta deal with it on my own. Hate it when I act tough, when I'm going through stuff, so nobody knows when something's wrong. I'm looking for safety, could you be that maybe? Be there with my highs and all my lows. Trust me, there is plenty, the weight I have is heavy. Born this way, this ain't the life I chose.
Yaga V's been poppin'.
Fade in, fade out, I've been feeling K'd out. Take one, take two, you can say I'm better now. Zone in, zone out, feeling higher than the clouds, feeling higher than the clouds. I ain't fucking coming down. Bitch, if I wanted, I cop it. Surprised by the size of my wallet. I made my money, not talking. Right now, beats, I clock it. Y'all be running and walking. I hear the Reaper, he knocking. I know who gonna be laughing when I'm gonna be dead inside of my coffin. All this shit I've been on it. I've been fucked up and honest. The shit I'm doing the hardest. Adding on to all my problems. I know I can't solve them, so I'm just gonna off them. They think this shit is for them. Man, you should've just saw it. Fade in, fade out. I've been feeling K'd out. Take one, take two. You can say I'm better now. Zone in, zone out. Feeling higher than the clouds. Feeling higher than the clouds. I ain't fucking coming down. Whoa, whoa. I don't even care where they go. No, taking my